Guys, please like, comment, subscribe, and don't forget to share the video when you're done watching this video. Now, my last video, I talked about how Sean O'Malley can beat Petr Yan. Here's the actual prediction. Again, this is not a kickboxing match. If this was a kickboxing match, I'd lean towards Sean O'Malley in this fight. But it's an MMA fight, so I'd have to give it to Petr Yan. And there's a lot of reasons for that. Sean O'Malley, and you can't say Sean hasn't fought anybody. That's not his fault. I mean, you can't say he hasn't fought anybody. He's fought some good fighters. The one loss he had, he was winning that fight anyway. It was just a freak accident with Chito Vera. But Petr Yan has more skills that we've seen than Sean O'Malley. Number one, the grappling ability. They got the ability to take somebody down. Usually when a guy is a really good stand-up guy, a guy that can strike standing up really good, like Sean O'Malley or a Conor McGregor or somebody like that, that guy normally, not saying Sean can't do it, but normally doesn't have as much of a grappling success as he does as a striker, or Israel Adesanya, for example, when he fought Jan Blachowicz, I think Petr Yan needs to do these things to win this fight, which I think he will do. Number one, first off, he has to be content that this can be a boring fight for him to win. It has to be a boring fight for him to win. He has to be okay with closing the distance. He has to be okay with clinching him, putting Sean up against the fence and holding him there and punching him. Doing those things throws out Sean O'Malley's whole game plan out the window as far as stand-up. He takes away Sean's ability to throw haymakers. He takes away his ability to hit him with a big counter punch or something big. He takes away the spinning back kicks and the head kicks and all the wild stuff. He takes all that away. And it puts it, and it allows Petr Yan to hit him with uppercuts, stomp on his feet, do dirty things like that. The dirty boxing, hit him in the body. It allows Petr to do all those things and win on the feet. Number two, Sean O'Malley will probably go for leg kicks in this fight. I think he will go for leg kicks or body kicks in this fight just to throw off Petr because he knows he likes to hit. I think Petr needs to mess around and catch one of those legs and sweep him up, take him down, and get the dominant position. Here's where I can't say he's just going to flat out submit Sugar Sean. Again, just because you haven't seen much of his grappling doesn't mean he can't do it. So that tells me if Sean probably expects to be on the ground at some point. I think Petr just simply needs to have the dominant position in this fight. He needs to be able to control the positioning of this fight. He needs to keep him on the ground and punch him, roughen him up, make Sean tired. Again, that's what I think he should be doing. And the thing is, the longer this fight goes, the more in favor it goes of Petr Yan. That's what else he needs to do. And of course, he should go for submissions just so the referee doesn't just stand him up and it gives Sean O'Malley another chance to win the fight. Next thing he needs to do, again, he needs to be okay with this being a boring fight. He does not need to look for a wild exchange. He does not need to prove anything. I know he's coming off 2 losses, but that doesn't matter. This is a whole new fight. This is a fight that can get him back for the title shot for the winner of Dillashaw and Aljo. So, But I'd say this is a favorable matchup for Petr Yan, not just because he's a former champion or the number 1 contender or number 2 contender because of Dillashaw, but skill set wise, he has more weapons and more ways to win this fight than Sean O'Malley. So as far as how Petr wins the fight, I just think it's a mismatch, skill wise. Anything can happen, anything's possible. I'm not saying Sean can't grapple, but until I see some good grappling takedown defense, or who knows, Sean O'Malley might want to take down Petr Yan because that was Petr's problem when he fought Aljo. But Sean O'Malley probably won't do that. He'll probably keep the fight standing because that's where he wants to finish the fight. One more thing. He needs to work on defending takedowns. It's a possibility Sean might go for that. So I didn't talk about that as far as how he can beat Petr. I just look at styles and how he fights and what his tendencies are. But if Petr Yan does all these things, I see Petr having no problems winning this fight if he sticks to the game plan. Again, if he's content with having a boring fight and he's willing to let this fight go to distance, I think he wins. It depends if it's a 3-round fight, 30-27, something like that. Not too one-sided, but enough to where he wins the decision and it's not a split decision. If it's a 5-round fight, it'd be 50-45, 49-46. Maybe Sean will probably land some good strikes on the feet in the first or second round if he doesn't win the fight right away and do some damage to Piotr. And the judges might say, okay, we'll give that round to Sean O'Malley. Again, anything's possible. But as far as being realistic, I have Petr Yan winning a unanimous decision. I think his skill set is too much. I don't think Sean O'Malley is prepared for that type of skill set yet. And again, Piotr's already been in 5-round fights. He's been through some good fights already. So he should be able to beat Sean O'Malley.